Tonight's story is The Honest Baker. In a small, quiet village nestled between rolling hills, there was a humble baker named Thomas. His bakery was small, with just a single oven and a few wooden shelves lined with warm, freshly baked bread. Though the bakery was modest, the scent of bread, cakes, and pastries filled the air, drawing villagers from miles away. Thomas wasn't the wealthiest man in the village, nor did he have the fanciest bakery, but he had something more valuable: honesty. No matter the situation, Thomas always gave his customers full portions, even when times were hard and ingredients were scarce. One particularly tough year, the village experienced a drought. The fields were dry, and crops struggled to grow. Flour became scarce, and many businesses in the village had to cut back. Some shopkeepers began to cheat their customers, selling smaller portions at higher prices, hoping to stretch their supplies. But Thomas refused to follow their lead. "People trust me," Thomas thought, "and I won't betray that trust, no matter how tough times get." Every morning, Thomas woke before dawn to bake bread and pastries, carefully measuring out his precious flour and other ingredients. Even though he knew he could make more profit by giving smaller portions, he continued to serve his customers with the same generosity as always. His bread was hearty, his pastries light and fluffy, and his cakes rich and flavorful. He kept his prices fair and his portions generous, knowing that his honesty was his most valuable asset. One day, a wealthy traveler came through the village. The traveler, tired and hungry from his long journey, was drawn to the delicious smells coming from Thomas's bakery. He stepped inside, where Thomas greeted him warmly. "What can I do for you, good sir?" Thomas asked, smiling as he wiped flour from his hands. "I've been on the road for many days," the traveler replied, "and I'd love the finest meal you can offer. Though I've visited many towns, I have yet to find a bakery that truly satisfies." Thomas nodded and prepared his finest loaf of bread, along with a slice of cake and a warm pastry fresh from the oven. He served the traveler the same generous portions he gave to all his customers, despite the difficult times. The traveler's eyes widened as he tasted the food, savoring each bite. "This is the best bread I've ever tasted," the traveler exclaimed. "And the cake, it's so rich and flavorful. You, my friend, are a true master of your craft." Thomas thanked him humbly. "I only do what I've always done: serve my customers with honesty." The traveler's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "Honesty, you say? Even in these times of scarcity?" Thomas nodded. "Times are tough, but I believe that honesty is the foundation of my work. If I were to cheat my customers, I would lose more than money. I would lose their trust, and that is worth far more." The traveler smiled, impressed by Thomas's integrity. After finishing his meal, he reached into his satchel and pulled out a pouch filled with gold coins. "I am not just any traveler," he said, placing the pouch on the counter. "I am a wealthy merchant, and I've traveled far and wide in search of a business worthy of my investment. Your honesty and generosity have touched me deeply. With this gold, I would like to invest in your bakery." Thomas's eyes widened in disbelief. "Invest? In my small bakery?" "Yes," the traveler replied. "With your honesty and skill, I have no doubt that your bakery could become famous throughout the land. Use this gold to expand your business, buy more ingredients, and hire help if you need it. In return, I ask for nothing but a share of the profits, and for you to continue running your business with the same integrity that has made it special." Thomas was overwhelmed with gratitude. He accepted the traveler's offer, promising to stay true to his values no matter how much his bakery grew. With the traveler's investment, Thomas expanded his bakery, buying more ovens and ingredients. He hired a few apprentices to help with the growing demand, and soon word of the honest baker spread far and wide. People traveled from distant villages just to taste his famous bread and pastries. But no matter how successful his bakery became, Thomas remained humble and honest. He continued to give full portions, treating each customer with the same kindness and generosity that had built his reputation. The bakery flourished, becoming the pride of the village, and Thomas's story became a lesson to all. Honesty is always rewarded. Moral of the story: honesty is always rewarded. Staying true to your values, even in difficult times, builds trust and respect, which are worth more than any profit. The end. If you enjoy this story of perseverance and patience, please like and subscribe to the channel. Good night.